Okay, so we're going to start with the ABC video. I'm going to share that right now with my screen. Give me 1 second. And then after you have seen that, you guys, I'll bring you up to date as to where we are
Following
right now.
is an ABC primetime investigative report that aired in 2005.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body.
Leading to disease.
Leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm it.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes.
Have you discovered the fountain of youth?
I wouldn't put it that way, but we may have discovered something that will tell us a lot more about how we age, what happens biochemically, and maybe how we can slow it down.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. Taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Have we turned back the clock? Well, maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes.
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression. But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
When that news report aired on primetime in 2005, many major medical universities began studying Protandim Nrf2. They went on to publish their peer-reviewed research, and the understanding that this product activated our genes, optimizing our own genetic potential, was revealed. Science has now helped discover the 3 theories of aging.
At the core, we have to get the basics. We have to get the basics right. When we look in the cell, when we look at the molecular biology, so myself being a molecular biologist, we want to know everything that's happening between that first signal that's coming into the cell and then that physiology that's happening. But what's been shown in aging research is that communication signal gets lost or muted or attenuated as we get older. It starts as early as our 20s. So again, where this nutrigenomic research is so exciting is that we can utilize extracts from plants to basically reawake NRF2 and bring it back to its full potential. This is what's so exciting about LifeVantage. We're looking at this layered approach now to these cell signaling pathways, what's happening to them as we age, and then basically layering a nutritional approach to these different theories of aging through nutrigenomics to try to keep us as healthy for as long as possible. Researchers found early on that as we age, we basically start to accumulate free radicals and other oxidants. And if left unchecked, this can go on to have very serious consequences to the cell. But what's so interesting is our bodies have been able to capture the ability of antioxidants and put that capacity inside of our DNA. The main protein that's responsible to turn on those antioxidant and detoxification enzymes is a protein called NRF2, and is literally flipping the switches on our DNA to turn on these protective mechanisms. So Protandim NRF2 is so interesting because it was specifically designed, clinically shown to activate the NRF2 protein, but it's basically bringing our cells to a heightened state of readiness when those insults do ultimately enter the cell. Another major theory of aging that's out there is the mitochondrial theory of aging. As we get older, our mitochondria basically start to break down. And if you're not familiar with what the mitochondria are, that is where the vast majority of our energy production is happening. So you can think of the mitochondria as being the cell's powerhouse. And so when they stop working, we stop working. So as researchers went in and looked at what's happening in the mitochondria with age, they find that they're not producing as much energy. They become far less efficient. So Protandim NRF1 Synergizer was specifically formulated to target mitochondrial health. NRF1 has been shown to, one, remove damaged or bad mitochondria, but then also is responsible for the biogenesis, right, the making of new mitochondria within the cell. The theory of aging that's really caught our attention lately is this Sirtuin theory of aging, and it's a really interesting theory. So if we're, again, talking about inputs versus outputs, the molecular biology, through these cell signaling pathways, they went in and they identified a family of proteins called the sirtuins. So what does it take for these sirtuins to work? One thing that they found absolutely required for sirtuin activity is a molecule called NAD. You actually see just a tremendous amounts of health benefits coming as a result. Healthy longevity, a healthy vascular system, helping us maintain cholesterol levels already in the normal range, and then a lot of cognitive functions. So our mood's a little bit better, we can think a little bit clearly. You do start to get some increases in energy. So of course, NAD becomes a very intriguing molecule. So we went to work, we formulated Protandim NAD Synergizer specifically to target NAD and NAD-dependent pathways with the ultimate goal of increasing sirtuin activity. Okay, so we saw that the individual products are working amazingly individually. We had the suspicion that there was going to be a massive synergistic effect between the three products in the Protandim family. Guess what we found? A massive synergistic effect. This is the data that I showed you for the individual products upregulating their respective genes. But what did we find with the Tri-Synergizer? In the NRF2 gene, an additional 1,500% increase. Do you see the synergy? NRF1 increased to 120%, or a 69% further increase. How about the NAD gene? Went up to 227%, for an almost 1,800% increase. That's the excitement. So I'm incredibly excited about what LifeVantage is doing with its Protandim family of products, how we're addressing these three different theories of aging, the free radical theory of aging, the mitochondrial theory of aging, and now the Sirtuin theory of aging. It's really opening up the door of possibility. But I also really think it's going to start to change the conversation that people are having out there as it relates to healthcare. So taking a more proactive approach to our health and wellness instead of a reactionary approach.
Oh, and one more thing. This is how you feel.
I love it so much. I'm so happy you're here, you guys. I'm so, so happy you're here. Okay, so let's get to this. This is the whole reason why I wanted you connected, to be able to see this through Facebook, through Zoom, so you could see this PowerPoint to help you get a visual. I am so excited for you because, as you heard, this is about being proactive versus reactive with your health. And I highly doubt that any of you have heard what we're talking about tonight, which is so exciting. So if you've heard about this before and this has changed your life in a big way, I would love for you to share that below as we go along and talk about these different products, okay? But what we're talking about, just like what you heard from Dr. Brian Dixon, is nutrigenomics. And nutrigenomics is the scientific study of the interaction of nutrition and genes, especially with regard to the prevention or treatment of disease. This is not a fad. This is not the latest trend in nutrition. This is not a newly discovered supplement. We're talking DNA. We're talking gene expression. We're talking activation rather than supplementation. Now, why am I the one here sharing this information from you? Why are the people that invited you to this event tonight, how did they hear about it? Why is this in their hands as well? After the ABC report aired in 2005, John Quinones said at the end, he said, for more information, go to abcnews.com. Dr. McCord was sharing on that ABC News report that his oxidative stress level decreased by 45% in 2 weeks. They also had shown in a blood test that after 30 days, they couldn't distinguish the blood between an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. So people wanted this product, and thousands of people tried to get it. The problem was Dr. Joe McCord, being a doctor and researcher and scientist, he had no infrastructure to get the product out to people. He just thought there was a news story taking place. So some people got the product, but most of them did not. And a lot of them never even got their product. So from there, they tried other outlets to get the product out to people. One of those outlets was on a retail shelf. It was actually in GNCs. But we all know when you walk into a GNC, it's completely overwhelming, and the person behind the cash register is basically focusing on the quota or the sale of the week. And it was never Protandim. They didn't even know most of the time what it did for people. And so it was a non-discrete bottle. A lot of people didn't know what it did. So after 3 years of being in the retail market, they were just going to sell the company off and not do retail at all and just sell the company. But the gentleman they brought in, he saw the ABC News report and he said, there's a story here to be told. So what if you tried keeping it on the retail shelves, but also changed your form of distribution to see if people started sharing the story, if they started sharing what this was doing in their body, how that would change. And it did. It changed everything. They tripled their sales in a year by putting it in the hands of people, by putting it in the hands of people like me or your friend that introduced you to this tonight to get this information. So in 2009, they took it off the store shelves and we became a company called LifeVantage. And Protandim Nerf 2 is our flagship product. That is a product that started this. That is the first theory of anti-aging, reducing your oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is something that no one is immune to. Everyone is susceptible. If you breathe, you are susceptible to oxidative stress. It's a fact that you get it. And it's just like if you cut an apple open and it starts to brown, that's what's happening to our cells as we age. And you guys, it's getting worse. The air we breathe, the technology we have today, the earth that our food is coming from, all of it plays a factor in the aging process and the disease process that is happening more rampantly than ever before. And if you have high levels of oxidative stress, There are many different ailments that are connected to that. You can see those on the right here. If you look at that, all of us know somebody that is dealing with one of those ailments. And that was something that was brought to my attention. I told you I had a mom that was dealing with cancer. I had a husband that was dealing with gout, high blood pressure, high triglycerides. I couldn't find something to help my husband. My girlfriend told me to go to a site called pubmed.gov, just like you see on the screen. That is where doctors and researchers go for their information. It is a national repository of health and wellness. If you go to PubMed and you type in Protandim, you're going to see over 20 peer-reviewed studies. I'm not a researcher. I'm not a science geek. I've read the conclusion of most of these scientific articles. But what really got my attention was when I went to PubMed.gov and I would type in oxidative stress and then something that my husband was dealing with, whether it was gout, high blood pressure, anything I could think of in my family history, I would type that in with oxidative stress. And every time I did that, you guys, there were studies that came up. So my girlfriend told me what that means is there's a link between the two. I was taking multivitamins. I had no idea what they were doing for me. I just thought it's something I should take. I didn't research it. I didn't look for science on it. But when someone showed me a product that could reduce oxidative stress and then told me that oxidative stress has a link to every condition in your family history, to me, it just became something that was a no-brainer. This is a lifestyle change that I need to make because I want to be around for my children and I want to be around having quality of life. That is a change I made 8 years ago, and I've been taking this ever since, and I will not ever go a day without it. And after the ABC report aired, there were doctors and researchers all over the world that said, we know the harmful effects of oxidative stress. So if your product does what you say it's going to do, we want to study that with other diseases. And they started doing that. And that is now why you see so many articles and peer-reviewed studies on PubMed.gov. It's even been supported by the American Heart Association, by the National Institute of Aging. These are really credible sources, you guys, that don't really ever support plant-based nutraceuticals, but they support Protandim Nerve 2. Protandim Nerve 2 is comprised of 5 plants, very small doses of each one. Dr. McCord found that when he put those 5 plants together in synergy, that's what made this so potent. That's what activates that first theory of aging, the NRF2 pathway. You heard him say, the more enzymes that we can activate in our body, the fewer free radicals to harm us. We're talking about those enzymes in our body tonight. And NRF2 activates the antioxidant enzymes. So we think that eating all this good food, yes, we need that. Nothing ever will take away from good relationships, good sleep, healthy eating. Your lifestyle choices for your body are everything. And our body needs that extra help as we age to get our systems activating and working the way that they did when we were younger. And this is a crucial part of that, the NRF2 pathway. So when we're eating good and we're getting what our body needs through nutrition, it's good to get rid of the bad guys, but it's not enough. It's just a 1-to-1 ratio. So when we take Protandim Nerve 2 and we activate the enzymes that God already gave us in our body, now we are turning on the enzymes and now we're getting rid of the bad guys at a rate of 1 million to 1 every second per second. It's like a thermostat in your body giving it what it needs. Okay. I wasn't ready for the next slide yet. So that's our first theory to aging. Nerve 2, Protandim Nerve 2, reducing oxidative stress. So the second theory of aging is Nerve 1. This is about mitochondrial health. Mitochondria is like the engine of your vehicle. Your vehicle's not going to run unless the engine is running and taken care of and healthy. It's the same thing with the mitochondria in your cell. It's found in every cell. And if we're not boosting that and giving more and producing more mitochondria, we're in trouble. This again is comprised of 5 plants, you guys. This is about cellular health, optimizing peak performance, and giving your body that cellular energy that it needs. If we do not have this, and it decreases as we age, if we do not have this mitochondrial enzyme through this NRF1 pathway, look again on the right, this graph, These are many things that are tied to that lack of mitochondria in your body. Okay, the third theory of anti-aging. The third theory of aging is NAD. This is one of our newest products. I did not know this existed in the body. It is another enzyme. Again, reducing oxidative stress, boosting mitochondria, and now NAD production to give your body everything it needs to get rid of and protect ourselves against the bad guys and all the stressors that we're attacked with on a daily basis. NAD, I'm so glad that this happened tonight, not tomorrow, yesterday morning, because of the new article that I just read. NAD supports, in layman's terms, your longevity genes. Your longevity genes. By the time you are 50, you have half of the NAD enzymes in your body that you had when you were 20. Without NAD, we are dead. We have to have this enzyme in our body to work. There are many NAD boosters, precursors on the market. What we are bringing to you is an NAD product that boosts the enzyme by 100%. And this is what that means for you. This means healthy longevity. This means supporting and removing cellular waste, mental focus, concentration, better mood. Oh my goodness, I've seen better mood in my husband. I am telling you what. Better mood, motivation to want to do things. It boosts mental and physical energy. People are finding that they're losing weight on NAD because they're more active. They want to do things. It supports the body's healthy inflammatory response. Who does not want their inflammatory response to be working for them? Maintain cholesterol levels in a healthy range and supports healthy vascular system. Here, I have to read this to you guys, right? This is, again, you have to know about this. This is so important for you to know. There was an article that was done by Dr. Joseph Mercola. He's a world-renowned doctor, and he interviewed Dr. Matthew Cook, who is a regenerative medicine specialist. You guys, this is just a little bit of what he says about NAD when he was studying it. He says, I found that NAD was one of the most powerful tools in terms of resetting human biological systems. Resetting human biological systems. He said NAD is a vital coenzyme found in every living cell. It's essential for over 700 enzyme reactions in your body, including ones that are occurring in mitochondria. Without sufficient NAD, you're likely to age and die prematurely. And the last thing he says, it turns out if I give NAD surrounding a stem cell therapy or any regenerative medicine therapy, the therapy seems to work better. NAD seems to help turn the immune system on and get it functioning properly. It helps people start to detox and get their detox pathways going. I've noticed it improves cognitive function. It helps people recover from traumatic brain injury, from concussions. I think it's very profound in terms of what happens in terms of the central and peripheral nervous system. He said he spent a lot of time with patients in a myriad of conditions, Parkinson's, dementia, neuropathy, and he's seen improvements in all of those areas. This is so huge. This is so huge, not just for everyone that you may be thinking of right now in your life, but for you, right? I keep telling people that I'm telling this about, like, your older self will appreciate you so much for getting a head start and being proactive with these 3 levels of aging. And look what happens when we put them together. When we put together the NRF2 pathway, the NRF1 pathway, and the NAD, and they're working cohesively together, look at what happens. We're showing you how, on the left, how they work solely in the body, but then how they work together on the right in each one. Where you see the green circles, that's where they work together. When you put them together, look how much it boosts your healthy inflammatory response by over 1,500%. That is phenomenal. Who does not want that working in their body? And there are so many things sometimes that we don't even know are circulating and working in our body. And to be able to give you something that could help you go through this detox phase, to get rid of that junk, to then get to the other side and feel like a new person, I am in love with this product. I love how it makes me feel. I love the changes I've seen in my husband. He does seem to want to do more. He has a better mood. He has more patience, more tolerance. It's beautiful what these do together. So I'm so happy you're hearing this information. But we've got a little bit more that we're sharing with you because we're talking about nutrigenomics, nutrition for your body, and your gut health is one of the most important things that you can do for your health. Many times what we think is a brain issue is a gut issue. If our gut does not have the proper healthy bacteria, if it's not getting the healthy enzymes that it needs, it's not going to get the nutrition that it needs, and then it's going to falter, and then we're going to have a leaky gut. We're going to get the wrong enzymes, the wrong nutrition, the wrong bacteria, and then it wreaks havoc in the rest of our body. Your gut is like your second brain. And what our probiotic is doing for you is it has a patented technology. So when you take this, you're not getting that 4 to 6 absorption that a lot of probiotics are going to give you on the market. You don't have to refrigerate it. It's going to give you 60% at least absorption in your gut, because we wanted this technology to be able, you take it and you're not going to get most of the release until it's actually in the gut. We wanted to get past the stomach acid, get into the gut, give you that healthy bacteria so that you can have a functioning gut that's talking to your brain, talking to your heart, and getting your body work the way it's supposed to. It's also enhanced with Wellmune. If you look up Wellmune, the studies on that are going to blow your mind what this does for your immune system. And I guarantee the people that are watching this, whose children, especially that are in school this time of year and everybody's getting sick and that have been on this probiotic, ask them what this has done for their child. Ask them how many days their child has skipped, or not skipped. Let's not go there, okay? But how many days they've missed from school from being sick. It's not a lot. And I can vouch for that with my children. Then, right, we want our skin to feel good. We also want the cell membranes of our cells to feel really good and to look good and to be subtle and to be very luscious so that our cells stay very healthy. And that comes from our essential fatty acids. Our diets give us too much of omega-6s. So with us, we're bringing an omega to you that's going to support cardiovascular health, brain health. It's going to give you the really essential omega-7s and the omega-3s, okay? And the beautiful thing about this omega, you get your bottle and you can look at the batch number. You can go to lifevantage.com and trace it back to the boat that it came from. That is how beautiful the source of this is. It is so good, you can chew it and you will not have a fishy aftertaste. You're going to get a lemon lime taste, which is great for our kiddos. They can take these omegas at such a young age and support their brain health, support their cardiovascular health. And it has vitamin D3 in it. Vitamin D3. I had a girlfriend that was getting injections of vitamin D from her doctor. She started taking our Ultimate Stack, getting our omega with that, with the vitamin D3, and it completely changed for her. And for the first time in a very long time, her vitamin D levels went up more so than when she got the injections themselves. That's how cohesively all of these work together. It's so beautiful. Okay, then we have our physique system. And what I want to point out real quick with the physique system is the prebiotic that is in this system. This prebiotic, it's a really little scoop that you put in a bottle of water, shake it up. It has this beautiful like orange citrusy flavor. I love it. And the prebiotic is the sunshine, the rain, the fertilizer to the healthy bacteria that the probiotic is giving you. Your prebiotic and your probiotic. It's so beautiful that they work together. And we have that in a stack, you guys. We have the probiotic, the prebiotic, the omega, and all 3 protandems. What more? What more could you need? But there is more. There is more. We have Axio. This is so good. I literally wake up in the morning so excited to have my Axio. That is no joke. I don't drink coffee. I drink Axio and I do a double dose of it, and I'll tell you what I do. But Axio is our smart energy drink. This is like brain food. This is just a small packet like you see on the left there that you mix in 12 to 16 ounces of water, shake it up really good, and you drink it. And this is giving people mental clarity. It's making that brain fog go away. It's giving them that boost they need. But here's what really caught my attention, because I don't like energy drinks. So this kind of freaked me out when we first came out with it. But then we started hearing these amazing stories of children and teachers calling mom and dad saying, what did you change? Like they paid attention. They got along with people. They did well on their tests. They sat through their test. Look on the right, the difference in the spelling test. You guys, this is one of many. This is a child that was on Protandim Nerf 2 and our Axio. And this was after, I believe, 10 days of being on these products. And look at the difference in his spelling. The difference in the way that he wrote, the way he lined up the words. You can just tell there was more clarity. And here's why, okay? We had a doctor that did a brain scan on a teenage boy who was diagnosed with ADHD. He was taking Protandim Nerf 1, Mitochondrial, Nerf 2, oxidative stress, and our Axio. And after 12 days, look at on the left how chaotic and hectic that brain scan looks, right? That brain mapping, you see all the red, all the blue. It just looks like busy, really busy. And after being on the products, after 12 days, look at on the right. It's clear. It's peaceful. It's like his brain allowed him to rest and focus on what he needed to get done. And that's why those spelling tests are coming out the way that they are. This is such a special product, and it's so stinking good. We have decaf and we have caffeinated, and the caffeinated is like a small coffee. It's so good, and I mix a decaf and a caffeinated every single day. I mix the red raspberry and the huckleberry green grape, and it's just, oh, I'm excited to make it every single morning. I am telling you, it's so good, you guys, and so good for you. Who doesn't want really, again, a boosted mood and mental clarity and no brain fog, and to get through the day with focus without having that high and that crash? And this is what that gives you. So then we took the Nerf 2 technology, reducing oxidative stress, right? And we put it into these other products you see here. So we've got a skincare system, a hair care system, a pet product, and then again, that physique system for weight management. Our skincare system is the only skincare system in the US with Nerf 2 technology. The before and afters we could show you of what it's done to people, whether it's post-surgery, whether it's a dog, I don't have Neosporin in my house, you guys. This is not just for your skin to look better. There's amazing things that these products do for you when you have that Nerf 2 technology in it. No Neosporin in our house. We use true science for everything. Everything. And we even have a hand cream. I can't believe I don't have it on my desk right now. The hand cream is everything in the winter when it's so dry, and it smells so good. There's an app called Think Dirty, and you can put on any topical thing, like whether it's hair care, skincare, into this Think Dirty app, and it will rank it on a level from 0 to 10 on the toxicity level of it for your body, whether how healthy or how not healthy it is for you. Our skincare and hair care and hand cream are a 0 to a 3. That's how good they are for you. They're in the green. And then our hair care system. You guys, you have to see the before and afters of what this hair care is doing for you. Shampoo, conditioner, and serum. I don't know why, but well, of course I do. It's so clean that I thought what I was using was really good for me. It turns out it ranked really bad in the Think Dirty app. And this hair care now, in the summer months, I used to have frizzy hair. So by the time I was halfway through the day, I was trying to wet it down, or, you lick the hand and you try to pat it down. And then why did you even do your hair? I don't get frizzy hair anymore. I don't get the static at all. I have less breakage, and I have less hair falling out after the shower. That is a win. And you men, oh my goodness, just ask for the before and afters, you guys. It will blow your mind what it does. And our furry friends, right? People pay more for their pets than they do for themselves. And this is what I'll leave you with for the pet care system, okay? I have a friend that's a dog walker. She took her lab into the vet. He had an ear infection. He was 10 years old. And the lab said, yep, he's got an ear infection. But since he's here, let's do a blood test. So she did a blood test, and she came back in and she questioned my friend over and over about the age of her dog. Was she sure that he was 10 years old? And after she assured her, yes, he is, she's like, well, his blood work is that of a 2-year-old dog. So whatever you're doing, I need to know. That's what this is. That's what this is for you too. And we have it for dogs. Reduces oxidative stress, Nerf 2 activator, the only one of its kind. And then our weight management system with a fat burn and a whey protein shake and the prebiotic. So good. So that summarizes our product line that we have for you, please get back to the person that invited you, but I'm not done. And let them know where you're at if you want more information on any of this, or again, we have other ways for you to get more information on that. But I have to tell you about this side too, you guys, because like I said in the beginning, my girlfriend knew I was open. I have been open since I was in college to opportunity because I just didn't want to work for somebody else. I wanted to do my own thing, but I didn't know what it took to do my own thing. I didn't have the money to open my own thing, but I wanted to help people. And this is the greatest, most humble way to help people. And anyone that invited you here tonight, I know them and I love them so much. And I love that I get to work with them, right? I get to present to you tonight on their behalf. That is what this system is. That is what this business is. And so many people today are looking for their own side hustle, whether they're driving Uber or Lyft, or they're renting out their garage for an Airbnb, or they're buying stuff at, Goodwill, and they're fixing up and then they're selling on Amazon or Facebook Marketplace. That takes a lot of work, and this does too, but it doesn't give you what we're giving you here, you guys. Everything that we presented to you tonight, like I said, is not a fad. It will always be in need. People will always have a want for anti-aging, skincare, hair care, pet care, energy, weight loss. There will always be a need for that. Every single one of those categories alone are billion-dollar markets. Do you know where we are as a company? We are such a baby apple. It's crazy. We have been around 10 years, and still hardly anyone knows about us. We can't just rely on us to get the story out. We need more people to share this story, these 3 theories of aging with people, to change people's lives, because I'm telling you, people are talking about it. They just don't know what we have exists. They're talking about NRF2. There are doctors and researchers studying it with other diseases all over the world, and they don't even know protandim exists. And it's the most potent NRF2 activator. We are such a baby apple. We are only doing about 250 million a year. That's it. There are companies doing that a month, and we represent categories that are billion-dollar categories. And with that new NAD product launch, you guys, that 3rd theory of aging, it is amazing the stories of what are coming out from that and what it's doing in people's lives. And we are just getting started. I didn't know that timing was something you should look at when you got into an opportunity, but absolutely it's something that you should look at. You don't want to wait until everybody already knows about it and it's already saturated. And you also want to be a part of something, again, where they represent not a fad, but something that people actually want. And the beautiful thing too, guys, about what we represent is everything is almost everything, not our skincare, not our hair care. You're going to get 2 to 3 months out of that. Everything else is a 30-day supply. It is something that is consumable. A consumable product gives you leverage. That means there's a residual check that's coming in. When my husband goes to work, it's a clock in, clock out. If he's not there, he's not getting paid. He's told when to go on vacation. He's told when he gets a raise. And in something like this, in the realm of network marketing, you determine your worth. You determine when you get a raise. You determine it by how many people you share this information with, and locking arms with the right people to educate you and help you get the information out, like I am doing on behalf of the people that invited you here tonight. It makes such a big difference. Residual income is everything. And I'm telling you, if it's not for today, it's for that day when you really need it, when maybe life gets really hard and you didn't have a plan B, but thank goodness you built something like this off of amazing products. And now, because of the work that you did 2, 3, 5 years before, you are getting the steady paycheck while you're handling life and taking care of things that need to take care of. And I know that firsthand. I went through that myself in the last 2 years because of the work I did, because of the people that I talked to before. Life hit hard. I had a steady check that did not falter and really helped us through a really tough season. That was everything. I didn't have to go look for an extra job. I had done what needed to be done to prepare us for that season. This is a little snapshot of the amount of money that people are making within this opportunity, okay? We have different ranks in the company. I'm not going to tell you what those mean or what they go by, but if you look at the monthly average on the right, when I got into this business, it was October 2011, a week later, my husband lost his job. And again, we had no plan B. We were lucky enough, he got severance. And 6 months later, we had to move to a brand new state where I knew no one, and I was not excited. But he had to take a pay cut with his new job. And thankfully for me, I was making an extra $400 a month in this business at that time. That was everything. I was so proud of myself. It was such an answer to prayer for us, because that was that gap that we needed to make up for him having to take a job in another state where we didn't want to go, and someone else was determining his worth. And that's not how it should be. No one should determine your worth. You should. And this is a great way to do it. And the money that you see on the right, you guys, it's real. I'm telling you, it's real. I'm telling you that the money you see there is real. And what we do is we don't set people up and say, you know, good luck, go get them. We set people up and we say, let's lock arms. I am here for you no matter how fast or slow you want to go. But whatever you're ready to do to change your life, I am here for you. And the person that invited you tonight, they feel the exact same way. So this is LifeVantage. This is the opportunity that we represent. You do not have to be a distributor to get these products. You can just be a customer as well, you guys. And that's what I love. You can just be a customer. I'm going to stop my share here. Okay. Hi. So you can just be a customer and still get the wholesale price. You do not have to be a distributor for that. And what I want you to do tonight, or in the next 24 to 48 hours, the person that invited you on, this event page will be open until Tuesday night at midnight. That allows you the chance to watch this back if you want to. It allows you the chance to maybe invite somebody that you're thinking of that might want to see this information, and maybe it could change their life. But know that the person that invited you is going to be following up with you. And they're going to want to know where you're at. What did you like most about the information that you heard? Sorry about the dog. And so they're going to give you some tools to get you more information. If you want any more information on the business or the products or a certain product or the science, we have all those tools that we can give to you to equip you to help you make the right decision for you based on where you're at. So again, let the person know in the comments that you were able to see it. If you want to invite more people, please do that. It's open until then. This will be right on this page at this same location for you to view at any time. I thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching the replay or you watched it live. I'm really so proud of you, and I hope that this planted a seed, if nothing else, in your life for just a possible change, or maybe just an answer that maybe you've been looking for. So thank you so much, you guys. Have an amazing evening, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye.